And it goes a little something like
You all summer and after I'll keep you all summer and after
My birthday. It's my birthday, so you can say happy birthday in the comments or like or whatever. Show me some love, you understand? This is the 25th of November today. Alright, now we're at the art museum of Nelson Mandela. So yeah, we're just gonna go in, check the vibes or whatever, just see if it's even like, you know, giving museum. So we made it to the eating spot. We are at Bridge Street Brewery. Yeah, we just ordered something to eat and something to drink. So I'm excited to taste it. It is handmade pizza and all that good stuff. So keen for that. What's up, dog? What's up, dog? Oh my god, not my pants. So this is the location.
Oh wait, are you wrong?
This is the location we are in.
I'm actually wearing shoes though.
Ooh, I can smell the pancakes. What's up, guy?
How you doing?
This is a vlog. How are you doing?
I'm fine, Nat. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hi, everyone.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lottie. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. I mean, I'm not.
You've got to record this because this takes serious skills. Yeah,
Stirring of the cinnamon.
like very carefully, like folding the cinnamon.
No food. There's no food. Oh, you have food. You have food at your desk. Me, I don't have food. I won't lie. I have food here. So I can go.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Perfect. Hello, love, and welcome to it. My name is Solow, and welcome to the SolowSays YouTube channel. Okay, where have you been? I know it's been a minute, but like I'm here now. Yeah, I mean these last few weeks have been so like exhausting. Honestly, it's been a lot. It's been a lot emotionally, physically, spiritually. Everything has just been what it's been. But today I'm back to make another video, and I hope that you enjoy it. Remember, if you do like my vibe, please do like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff. But you can see by today's title, I'm talking about 22 things I learned at 22. I didn't have anything, you know, really that big for my birthday, because this year I honestly have been chill. Like, I've been so chill this year. Yeah, and I didn't even want anything, you know, anything hectic and anything like that. I was so chilled. It was actually very nice and lovely. But yeah, so today's video is about 22 things that I learned at 22. You know, I'm gonna share the wisdom that I had, and I've seen this video, like people do these videos. I even watched like the 23 one, because I'm 23, so I watched the people who speak about like 23 and stuff like that. So it was really helpful for me, and it gave me like a bit of peace of mind to be like, okay, this is where I am, this is what people in this place or who've been in this space, this is what they learned, so this is what I'm here to do. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing that I learned, or that I've learned, and I think most of these things, they might be like a consistent theme, you know, throughout life, but just here to reflect about like what has become real for me in the last year. Number one, life is real, time is real, do it now. That's what I wrote. Life is real, time is real, do it now. You understand? I know there's that phrase that goes around where people are like, time is a deception and all that, you know, time is not real, you know, time is not real, time is not real. But I think when that is said, sometimes it becomes confusing, because you feel like you have a lot of time to do things, but that's not the case. So time is very real, because life is like very real. And you have to do things now. Like, yo, child, there's a lot of things that you think you have time to do, time to say, you know, and you end up not having that time to do or to say. Number two, sometimes people come and sometimes people go. That's like a very big thing, like especially like the whole 2020 vibe, and this year also, like a lot of people have left my life, I have left people's lives, you know, that type of energy. And it's unfortunate, because like especially when you still care for those people deeply and stuff like that, it's hard, you know, because you formed connections and attachments. But like the thing to always remember is that people come and people go. And yeah, like the universe, God, you know, sends you people in your life who come and then they show you something about yourself, or you show them something about themselves, or vice versa. And it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. You understand? Like sometimes they're there for like a full season, sometimes they're there just for a moment. Number three, people won't know what's up if you never speak up. Yo, this is something that I'm still working with it. But like what's come to my realization is that like a lot of the things that I would tell people, like, you know, after some time has passed and I've been holding it in for such a long time, and I'm like, and I just say everything at once, it kind of like, whoa, you were going through all of that. So like what I learned is that like people don't know what's going up. People don't know what's up if you don't speak up. You understand? Like if you're going through something, you're gonna have to tell someone. Like if you don't have like maybe family you can tell, or friends you can tell, you can find like a counselor or someone that you can share how you feel with, because like emotions are real. You understand? And if you keep everything inside of you, it's draining, number one, and it's just gonna have like a ripple effect, because like when you do burst, it's gonna be ugly, you know. Maybe you already know. Next one, number 4, heartbreak is real. Like, heartbreak is real. You understand? Yo, this one is real, you know, because like for the longest time, you know, I thought I knew what heartbreak was. I thought I knew it, but I thought wrong. You understand? I thought very wrong. And yeah, like one thing that I learned, like coming to 22, heartbreak is very real. And yeah, man, when it gets you, it's brutal. It's very, very brutal. So like, guard your heart, protect your heart at all times, because that type of pain, child. Oh yeah. Okay, number 5, what you sow you will reap. Life is about a never-ending cycle of karma. So what you sow you will reap. Good deeds, bad deeds, all the same. So wherever you are in life, remember that how I'm acting right now will come back to me. You understand? The things that you say to people, the things that you do to people, the things that you do in places, it will come back. It might not come back today, it might not come back tomorrow, but when it gets you, it will get you. You understand? Next, number 6, we all are on our own journey. And this is something that has taken me some time to realize, and I'm still working with it because like I'm just 23. But yeah, like we are all on our own journey, and this is something that people continuously tell me, like people above me and everything like that. There's this other thing that I went to. It was like a ladies' weekend, and the women there were like much older. They were like mature women, and they were consistently saying the same thing, that like, hey man, you are doing life, you know, to the best way you know how, and you are on your own journey, and you have to take your time with yourself. So you understand, like everyone is just literally doing the best that they can with what they have at the current present moment. And some people do have more, some people have less, but at the end of the day, like whatever race you're in, that's the lane you belong in. And trying to be like in another person's vibe, another person's lane, another person's life, like, child, that's problematic. Like it's problematic for you at the end of the day, because like your soul knows what you need, and like if you're honest with yourself, if you sit with yourself, you know what like sits right with you and what doesn't sit right with you. So coveting over another person's life, another person's positions, like it becomes very problematic, because then you're not being authentic and true to yourself. Moving right along, number 7, have an attitude of gratitude. This is very important, you know. This is something that I'm trying to do in my life, like as we speak right now. So grateful for the sun that shines and the moon that moons, you understand? But yeah, like having an attitude of gratitude really changes your environment and really changes the way that things go. You know, like in life, you understand, we go through trials and tribulations, and we go through pain and aches and everything like that. But like having that mindset that's like all things will work together for my good, and I'm happy that that happened to me. Like did serious, the heartbreak that I experienced is probably like the catalyst of like deep, like why I did some like deep introspection and like work on myself and stuff like that. And you know, in the beginning it was really like painful and hurtful and stuff like that, and then there comes a time where you can look at everyone who played a part in your life, who might have hurt you, and just be like, wow, I'm thankful for that person, you know. And even beyond that, just like every single day finding something to be thankful about, because it comes back to my point number 1, that time is real, life is real, you understand? So when the opportunity passes you by, you don't want to have any regrets, and you don't want to be someone who didn't take advantage of the opportunities and the people and the places that you had around you. So always try to remain grateful, you know, an attitude of gratitude. Yeah, number 8. Yeah, we are number 8. Healing takes time. And this comes back to my other thing where we were all on our own journey. Healing takes time. And on that ladies' weekend, one thing that was really emphasized was the fact that, hey man, like I've been in this for years, and God is still working on me. God is still working through me, you know. Life is still happening, and I'm still learning every single day. And, you know, like for me, I wanted a quick fix. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted a quick fix, you know, because I'm used to quickness, you know. So I thought, I'm gonna meditate, I'm gonna And I'm gonna, you know, read my Bible, and I'm gonna pray every day. Read your Bible, pray every day. I'm gonna do all those things, and then just like, you know what, maximum 6 months, I'm gonna be back. You know, not even back, I'm gonna be new. But then it was like getting that realization that's like, no, child, you got a way to go. You understand? You've come a long way, but you have even further to go. So just coming back to that realization was like, woo, mind blowing. Yeah, so healing takes time, and just take it easy on yourself. You know, like, you're not where you want to be, but you still have time to get there. And, you know, even though time is real, you know, but where you are right now is where you need to be. Number 9, nobody is perfect. I even said that in my self-love journey video, my self-love video. I was like, I'm really passionate about emphasizing that nobody is perfect. I'm really passionate about it because, like, I feel like when maybe 5 of us, 6 of us, or whatever, release that expectation that there's a perfect person, it kind of takes the expectations of ourselves and the weight of ourselves. Because, like, if we have a whole world believing that, like, you know, there are perfect people out there, no one's gonna wanna imperfectly be themselves and be authentic, because we all assume that we are not good enough. So yeah, nobody's perfect, and that's the real tea. Like, your parents, your teachers, your friends, your boo, your bae, everybody, like, nobody is absolutely perfect. And that's something that we have to, like, truly accept. Like, moving right along, compatibility is important. Like, this is also very, like, crucial to recognize, like, right now in your life, like, where you are. You understand that if you know, like, me and this person in a space together, it clashes, or it doesn't feel right, or we don't speak the same jargon, we're not on the same, you know, planet with our thoughts and our values and our morals, those are signs for you to exit, you know, from those relationships and situationships and everything like that. Because, like, the first few months, it's gonna be, you know, cool, you're gonna be kicking it, it's gonna be fine. But then after, like, some time, you know, when you start growing and developing, like, your true self is gonna start coming out, and then you're gonna realize that those incompatibilities actually are quite important, and they should have been taken seriously. So yeah, and then you're gonna be in too deep to want to walk away, so you're gonna, like, get a heartbreak and stuff like that. So, like, if you see that, like, you are not vibing with someone, you understand, and the energies are not, like, you know, compatible, you should, like, do yourself a favor and exit. To the left, to the left, to the left. Okay, then the next one, number 11. We're at number 11. Some things aren't that deep. This is something like, yo, child, for me, like, I want to take this personally, because, like, I mean, it is a bit personal, but yeah, I used to take things hella personal. I'm still working on it, you understand? It's just been a year. But yeah, things are not that deep. Like, some things are not that deep, and I tend to, like, I used to, especially, like, last year, I used to, like, really get myself in a knot about, like, silly things, you know. And even now, I still find myself where I'm like, I waved at that person, but they weren't waving at me. Yeah, like, it still hurts. Like, I still cringe on things that I did, like, that was stupid. But that's the point. Like, that's the point of this point, is that some things are not that deep, and, like, we put ourselves in self-imposed prisons thinking that things are deep when they're actually not that deep. So that's something that I want to push home. Like, it's not that deep. You understand? Okay, moving right along. Number 12. I'm kind of like a grown baby. You understand? And, like, when I was younger, I used to see people who were, like, 23, 24, and they used to, like, have their life together, you know. Like, to me, it was always like, whoa, they really have their life together, you know. And then I get here, and I'm like, life together, and I can't seem to find it. So yeah, like, understand that we are aging, we are getting older, you are getting older, but, like, at the same time, you're still growing, you know. Like, I think a real adulthood is maybe, like, 25. And if you're 25 and you're like, I still don't have my life together, I mean, then, child, I mean, who knows? Like, who really knows when you're supposed to have it together? But like, yeah, I'm just coming to terms with this. Like, hey man, I thought I was gonna be like a grown, individual, independent, 100, but like, laugh. Yeah. So moving right along, number 14 is daily workouts are important. I can't even tell you how important it actually is, because whoa, it changed my life. It's a discipline that you develop with yourself, and it's a relationship that you develop with yourself even more, because it's like you are becoming reliable to yourself, and it's also like good for your body, for your mind. Daily runs, you understand? And I know people are gonna be like, yo Solo, I can't run every day. Child, you know what I think people make a mistake with is when they overdo it. Like in the first maybe few months when you're starting to run, just run like a 3 kilometer, like run a little short distance, just so you can say, today I did it, tomorrow I did it. You will start feeling better about yourself doing it every day, and then you develop a habit, and then you can go a little bit further. The next point is kindness is a currency. So this is number 14. Kindness is a currency, and it's a very, very lucrative currency, because listen, you don't know who people are, and you don't know how people can affect your life. So treating everybody as like, an asset is not like to take advantage of everybody, but just with that mindset that like, I'm gonna be kind to this person because like, I don't know where life is going, how life is gonna take me, and you don't know who the person is. So sometimes, have you ever met someone who just is mean for no reason to like strangers? You understand? And you don't even know who that stranger is. Sometimes it's someone who you could just casually be kind to and have a conversation with them, and then they could, offer a networking opportunity or an opportunity in itself, or they could, connect you, or you could just develop good friendships and relationships with people just because you are kind, So kindness is definitely a currency, and you can get rich using it, so. Yeah, the next one, number 15, people owe you nothing. Like, as hard as it is to accept, still working with it, but people owe you nothing, like absolutely squat, and I'm not saying that in a like mean way of like, do it yourself, child, but like when you get to the nitty grits of things, like when your life is dangling before your eyes, it's literally you understand? Okay, well, maybe life dangling before your eyes is a bit dramatic, but like in that sense of like, you are responsible for yourself. And at this age, 22, you understand, and me, I'm like 23, I'm really learning that like my life is my own life, and people don't owe me apologies, people don't owe me availability, people don't owe me money, people don't owe me opportunity, people don't owe me anything. The only thing that maybe they do kind of owe me is just like acknowledging that I'm alive. Like, you alive? Cool, like that. That's the only thing I feel like people owe. Other than that, like, everything is on you, and if you do have like a solid people who do support you and who do feed into your life, that's amazing. But if you like, why aren't people supporting me, why aren't people appreciating me, why aren't people, because they don't owe you that, they don't. Moving right along, number 16, don't trust everyone naively. Like there's that thing of people like, don't trust anyone, move in silence like lasagna. That can get kind of toxic sometimes, especially like when you're not letting people in and you're very defensive and stuff like that, and you're sketchy on everyone. It could become problematic. So when people say like, don't trust everyone, it's naively. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. If someone is showing you red flags, then you know not to trust that person, But if you continue to trust that person because you're like, I just trust everyone, I just give everyone the benefit of the doubt, that's a bit like dwelling in the naive side of life. So you got to pull out and pull back from that, and just like reassess yourself. Some people, they look like sheep, but there's a wolf inside. So you gotta have discernment, you gotta be pop-up, you have to be on the ones and twos with some people. And in this life, it's real. And when you get older, you leave high school, you dangle a bit in college, but when you get into the real world, people owe you nothing, and they're not, you can't always trust someone. 17, taking mental and spiritual health seriously. Take your mental and spiritual health seriously. This is something that I learned. I've always like, you know, kind of been in like mental health and stuff like that, like from high school, but I've only been actively studying it since like last year. And boy, oh boy, there are so many things that we often like don't acknowledge or we don't take serious, but it's very important. And like with everything that's going on in the world, it's becoming more evident that I need help. And yeah, like if you don't get those things looked at by a professional, like maybe talk to people. If you can talk to people, never feel like talking about it is becoming out of fashion or it's overrated or it's overkill, something like that. Child, get the help that you need and make sure that you get it. I am always in a process of like, I'm struggling, like speaking to people who are older than me or who are professionals, where I'm like, I'm struggling with this. Can you help me? You know, number 18, take care of your piercings. Random, but like I wish I knew this, that I should have taken better care of my piercings. Like yeah, some of them had to close, and one that is still open, which is my belly ring, it's taken a long time to heal because like I thought it healed but it didn't heal, and then I did things that I wasn't supposed to do, and now it's taking like a little longer to heal. So I feel like taking care of your piercings is very important, and like you don't want it to grow weird. Like I've seen some people's piercings grow really weird because like they weren't taking the necessary like steps to take care of the piercings. So get that sorted. Number 19, take financial education seriously. That's another one that I feel like we are not always, you know, it's not always in the forefront of our lives, but it's something that we need to take very seriously. Get education, financial education. So, you know, I don't appreciate the fact that I didn't invest much. I don't appreciate the fact that I didn't know much about investments and currencies and stuff like that, because like I did myself an injustice. So if you are in a position right now where you can use a bit of, you know, a bit of money to invest in places, you know, whether it's 100 rand, you know, 200 rand, $1, $10, whatever, you know, it's gonna go a long way, because like you'll never be angry at yourself for saving, you know, you'll never. So it's always an investment, and it's always something that I think we should try to, you know, get more and more education about, because yeah, it's important. Number 20, comfortability breeds stagnancy and procrastination. Being comfortable is not a good thing, and let me tell you, like especially these last like 2.5 weeks, I've gotten like really comfortable and stuff like that, and I stopped doing some things and I lost my motivation in some things because I was comfortable, you know. And even my lifestyle right now, it's kind of comfortable and it's becoming uncomfortable, and it just feels exhausting and stuff like that. So yeah, like when you are too comfortable in a space, you become stagnant, you procrastinate quite a bit. So try to always shake things up. Try to always, you know, shake things up in your relationships, in your friendships, in your dynamic. If you can work, you know, if you're at school, whatever you're doing, like if you know every single day you do this, maybe step outside of your comfort zone and do something different. If you're so used to hanging with these people, maybe step outside of your comfort zone and hang with like different types of people, you know, because that will definitely benefit you. But yeah, 21, not everything you lose is a loss. Like yeah, I lost some things, I lost some people, lost some family, lost some friends, you understand, lost a bit of this, lost a bit of that, but not everything is a loss. I'm still alive, you understand. And yeah, I'm not gonna say it like I'm the cool, like I don't care about things, like oh it's gone, it's in the past, oh I'm just living my base life. Like things hurt, like, and when you reflect, it's like wow, that person like really meant a lot to me, and now they're gone, you know. But when you reflect back on your life, you can also sometimes see how you were with that person or how those situations affected you, and if you were your best self. Like if you've lost things that like made you better as an individual, then I mean weep. But like if you are just, you know, like in a better space and you just like whoa, like I took off some baggage, but the baggage was important to me, but now it's gone and I'm free and I'm a bit better, you know. Yeah, that's very important. You know, sometimes we tend to drag situations, or we tend to look back too much and be like, wow, like, where did they go? Why did they go? Why is it gone? But it's more about like looking forward and realizing that not everything you lose is a loss, you know, speaking to myself, you understand? But yeah, then finally, number 22, you don't have to tolerate anyone or anything. Kind of comes back to 21. Not everything is a loss, you know. Like when you do realize that someone is doing you dirty, or a situation is not in your best interest, or you don't grow from a situation anymore, you don't have to tolerate it. You can actually deuce it and like leave, you understand? Like obviously with caution, because I think when people are like, live your life, live it to the fullest, live your best life, whatever, do it, do you understand? You need to do it responsibly as well, because like life is real and time is real. And again, you know, you need to do what you want to do, but do it responsibly. And this is a lesson that I also have to learn for myself, is that like, you know, there's a lot of things that I cut off, you know, stop doing and stuff like that. But some of the things were premature. And yeah, like it wasn't best for me to do what I did, but I still did it, you understand, because I couldn't tolerate it. But you know, I reaped the consequences of those things. But at the end of the day, in that space, I couldn't tolerate it and I couldn't do it. And that's something that I feel like the older we get, or the more time goes on, and with everything that's going on in the world, if something doesn't feel right, if something doesn't look right, it probably ain't right, you understand? So when you feel it, when you see something, when you feel something, you gotta, you know, act upon it. And you don't have to tolerate people who do you dirty or treat you bad or whatever. You don't have to tolerate situations that drain you and leave you like broke, busted, and disgusted. You have the power and the right to be like, I don't want this anymore for myself. And no, it's not easy. And no, you're probably not gonna get a standing ovation from like the whole world. But like your future self will thank you and probably applaud for you, which I hope mine does. But yeah, that's all I have for this YouTube video. But yeah, if you did like this video, please do like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. If you did make it this far, shout out to you. Yeah, I'll leave everything you need in the description box down below. But wherever you are in the world, I hope that you have a lovely day, and that you remember that you are a blessing to yourself and to those around you.